Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sunday episode of 90 Day Fiance, a grown up talk with me and my boy Geo. What's up, everybody? What's up, Geo?
What's happening?
Oh, no, chilling, chilling. So, today's topic, we're going to be talking about the controversy of dating with a huge age gap, meaning somebody like Ed and Rose. Okay? See, I mean, you don't have to experience most of this stuff in your life. You can look around and watch other people and realize it's not a good thing to do. Could you imagine being Ed if Rose would have came over to the States with him? Their first date in the United States would have been him taking her to Chuck E. Cheese. Is that something you want to do? I mean, because you get to find something to entertain that person. Or when you go to the grocery store and you go through the cashier and you pay and everything, and she asks for your change so she can stop by the bubblegum machine. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem with this huge age gap. With that saying, then if you are one of these people who are dating somebody, say you 50, that person's 20, when you get with this person to even have a intellectual conversation, you almost got to forget 20 to 30 years of your life because you no longer can talk about it with this person. This person don't have a clue. What you think, Gio?
Man, I'm looking at it like this. If you too grown to be sitting up there dating at Chuck E. Cheese, and you gotta have about 6 kids going to Chuck E. Cheese to my date. If you got one kid going to Chuck E. Cheese, you might as well go to Olive Garden. You know what I'm saying? Go to Olive Garden, go on a grown-up date. It's this age gap is these relationships, they don't last because of the age gap. They're in 2 different time zones. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody that's in the 60s, you got somebody that's in the early 80s. You know what I'm saying? Late 80s. And you talking about making it work. This is like your grandma trying to date you. Think about it that way. Like, this is grandma trying to date a young fella, a young male, like she still got it. You're not in your prime no more. Stop doing that because there's nothing exciting or spontaneous about that to me. Dating an older woman that's 60 and 70. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got to be Miss Parker or something. The Queen of California. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got to be Miss Parker. Because other than that, nah, man, nah. She walking around like my grandma with the glasses like this and stuff and nightgown. And nah, I ain't going for it. Smoking cigarettes laid up in the bed. House smelled like a whole pack of cigarettes. Yeah, man, I ain't doing it. I can't.
No. I feel you, homeboy. I mean, say even Miss Parker. But if you got with Miss Parker, 10 years later, you're going to have some kind of problem. Because she's talking about stuff you don't even know about. She's talking about how to file for Social Security. You don't know what Social Security is at that point when you're 21. You see what I'm saying? So it's a big age discrepancy here, right? So it's really crazy. But I think a couple of things that most basic relationships got to have. I think you got to have financial stability. I think you got to have emotional stability, sexual stability, mental stability, and somewhere along the line, you get to have some kind of physical attraction, right? And most of these people on 90 Day, that's where it goes wrong. Because you get to have a couple of these things to make it work. Most of them only have one. The person that's looking for the green card, or let me say / financial stability. Then you got the one person that's looking for sexual stability, the person that's willing to sponsor a person for a green card. It's nothing else there, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that's where they mess up. And I'm no professional at relationships like this. So the stuff I just said, I'm just telling you what I think. I'm not Ash. I'm not a relationship coach. You see it? You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, Perry. I dated a few older women myself, like when I was young. I was 18. I dated a girl that was like 38, 36. You know, but that didn't last. It was just for the sexual favors. You know, like that's all about it. But other than that, no, it wasn't like we was actually dating each other. You know what I'm saying? It was just for me. I'm young and I was a little experienced, so I want to be more experienced. But as far as like in an actual relationship with that woman, she had a kid in the house, and I'm not ready to. I wasn't ready at that age to be tied down and just at the house like ready to be old and getting married. I wasn't ready for none of that. I was just ready to do what I had to do and go on about my day, you know what I'm saying, and go hang out with my friends or something, and maybe come back later on that night or the next morning. And that's about it. And I'm out. But I was young. I was just young. Like I wasn't thinking about, oh yeah, you gonna be the woman I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. You know what I'm saying? By the time she get 45, I'm 28. You know, it just don't make any sense. You know, it's like I'm your son, basically. You know, like I'm your son. You raising a kid. Like how do these women and men expect them type of relationships to work? Like big ass dating roles and stuff. That didn't make any sense to me. That girl was almost 18. You know what I'm saying? Like she looked like she about 16, 14. Like you can't date a woman like that because in her mind, like, yeah, women do mature faster than men, but at the same time, Rose ain't mature like that. Like you see the quality of her videos and stuff playing in the background and stuff like that. Like you said, it's like going to Sesame Street when you watch her channel. You know.
Good morning, boys and girls. You know what I'm saying? Some weird crazy shit. But Geo, like you said, you dated the older woman, right? You was like 17, she was 38. You said, and she had a child. You probably woke up and that child probably was your classmate. You feel me?
Nah, it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
I'm just keeping it real. It probably was your classmate. I'm saying that's the problem people have when they have kids the same age or close to it. I mean,
I dated a woman like that though, but I ain't do nothing with her. She had a son that was like 2 years younger than me, and she was really trying to date me though, like really trying to date me. Like, oh, but she was talking to me about stuff that I wasn't understanding at the time. Like, I just had a little job. She was like, oh, she was 48. I was like 20, 26. She was like, she looked good though for her age, no lie. But she was like, yeah, you can come move in with me and just have your stuff together and I can get you a job working for some. I'm like, man, what is this woman talking about? Like, she was telling me a whole life story. I'm like, I don't want to hear this stuff. Like, man, I just want to get what I got to get. You know what I'm here for? You know what I'm here for. Like Marshawn Lynch said on the Skittles commercial.
You just trying to show up at 12 o'clock and be out at about 5 o'clock the next morning.
That part.
I feel you.
I don't even want to cuddle. You know I don't even want to cuddle. Get off of me.
But check it out. I mean, do you want to get some of these ladies' advice on this whole thing, homeboy?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's check it out. Let's see if we can get somebody up here. We got Tammy. Hey. Tammy in the house. What's up? Talk to it. Yeah, we can hear you good.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna let you know, I wrote in the comments, but when I was a little bit younger, you know, about 30 some odd years ago, I dated a man who was much older than me. He was 52 and I was 22. Oh. He was a very nice gentleman. He was well established. And I really cared for him. But my dad was like pushing me to marry him because he was financially well established. Right? I wasn't in love with him. I just really liked him. He treated me well. We had a lot of fun. And he actually was the person who ended our relationship because, you know, he sat me down and said, listen, we're going to go through some changes in the next 20 years. And it was kind of hurtful to me, you know, but later I kind of understood what he meant. You know, he said, I'm going to be 70. You're going to be 40. You're still going to be young and you may not be looking at me like somebody you want to be with. So I just kind of said, well, okay, I didn't have a choice in it. You know, I didn't feel like that. I really did have those feelings of caring for him, but not in the way that I would be a good spouse to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel you. I mean,
because I was a lot younger.
Right. I mean, so you sort of felt like you appreciated the things he did for you, but you didn't feel like we can really like a good friend. But it's not somebody who's married. I got you.
Right. And my friends that I work with, they kind of were like, oh yeah, he's paying your rent and he's paying your bills and he's doing this. And that was not true. I had to tell them, you know, hey, you need to stay in your own place because this is a wonderful person that you're, you know, talking trash. I felt they were talking trash about him, but really they was talking trash about me.
They was jealous.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He was just you was looking at it like he was looking at it like when he's in his 80s, or maybe you in your 40s. He wanted somebody to actually be there and be old with him. He didn't think
and that's what happened. Like he started dating a lady who was his own age.
Yeah, because it happens. You need the same exact age limit,
Right. And when that didn't work out, he kind of like asked me out again, and I was like, nah, I don't want to get my feelings hurt again. I was like, we can still be friends, and to this day we are friends. He's still alive, so don't and I'm 55.
Right. The age bracket. I'm saying, like, basically, I think when that happened to me, in my opinion,
right,
that I think it helped you out because it gave you a chance to live a life that you wouldn't be able to live if you were still with him.
It was really nice to be with him. He introduced me to beautiful things like classical music and opera and restaurants and food and things I'd never experienced in my life because I grew up very poor, and he was wealthy, and it was nice to have that attention, to have that special person for a while, and then when he ended it, that had to be the end.
But what I'm saying though, Tammy, those things was nice, like the material stuff, just to experience a different type of life. But if you look at your life now, right, would you stay with him, or would you choose to go out there and choose to be able to find true love? Is what I'm saying. Like,
oh, I see. Yeah, I would have only stayed with him if I really loved him.
Right.
Because I'm not a gold digger. I wasn't trying to take advantage of him. Meanwhile, my dad, God rest his soul, was pushing me. Oh, you need to marry him. He's got money. He's got this. That's not me.
No, I'm with you.
Because my husband now, he's great. He's 10 years younger than me, actually. And we have a wonderful, great relationship and marriage, and we've been together for 20 some years.
But that's what I'm saying, though, Tammy. Like, okay, the other guy gave you different experiences and stability, right? But I'm saying it's good that the guy came up with the idea to, let it go. And you could be hurt, but he basically freed you and gave you a chance to truly find true love. That's what I'm saying. Right. If you take right where you at now with your new husband, or would you go with the other one?
Oh, definitely my husband now, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because financial stuff, when you find true love, it's not about the dollar bill anymore. It's not about those things. It's that companionship, just knowing each other and same experiences. You feel me?
And my husband that I have now, we have similar life experience. Like we both grew up very, very poor, and we've worked our way up to where we are. No, and we appreciate each other and everything we have.
No, I got you. Well, all right.
I don't know if I would have if it had been given to me so freely.
Right. No, I feel you.
Yeah.
But Tammy, thanks for coming on and talking to everybody.
I'm so happy to be here, man. You guys are awesome. I love you. And Andrea, I just want her to know, like, I've talked to her a little bit, and that's my girl. I love her to death.
Well, there she is.
Oh, hey,
baby.
How you doing, honey?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm doing okay tonight. Hanging out. Got to work in the morning.
Yeah, you're looking beautiful.
Well, thank you. I don't know.
Do for you.
Yeah, it does. It really does. It just gives you something inside you that nobody else can. You know, and nobody can take that away.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's him and me. We like that.
That's right. That's what it's supposed to be.
That's right. Equally yoked, pulling together.
Yeah. I got you. Hey, Tammy, let me drop you down.
Thank you for having me.
And come back
All
again.
Right. Bye-bye, dear.
Oh,
okay, take care.
Every time I can.
Okay.
All right.
See ya.
What's
going on?
Hey, I have a problem with being an older woman and finding a man my age.
Well, you know what? Now that's what, going through life, that's what's going to happen. Because when you get older, either most good men are still taken. The most men that's available is a reason why they still available. I get it.
Because my husband is 5 years older than I am. And I had a problem dating him because of the age. I didn't want to date him because of his age. But I never could find a man that wanted to date me that was my age.
Well, no, I got you. But you know what though? 5 years. I mean, when I talk about an age gap, I'm not really talking about 5 to 10 years, unless you 22 and she 12. You feel me?
Yeah.
Once you get to that 20 mark, if you 22 and somebody's 30, that's fine.
But you know what? Most of these older men date these young girls that it's going to build their self-esteem up or something like that. And like when Ed got with Rose had two things that was against her. She was poor and she was young. And he thought that he could just take advantage of that because of what she didn't have and what she was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And some men do that. Likewise, some women do the same thing.
Yeah. No. And speaking of one, I mean, one of them is Brittany. I take one, but the problem is, look, this is what I'm saying. Like when she came on, she said, "I've dated all kind of men. I've dated a man 84 years old." Okay, listen. Yeah, I always did older men. You only dating them for financial reasons. Remember, I said it's a couple things. Most people go, she's looking for financial stability.
Yeah,
he's looking for sexual stability. That's all he wants. But I named a few things: mental, physical attraction, all emotional, all these other things. Like I said, ain't no love doctor or nothing. I'm just tossing some stuff out here, right? But if you only got one thing off that list, it's not gonna work.
No.
Trust me. Brittany went and serviced that guy up the 30th of every month. Because she knew that check was coming on the first.
Right, and she got paid for it. That was her job. To give him a service, and his job was to pay her for her service.
But now I'm saying, if you're only looking at it as a business contract, that's fine. I don't knock nobody hustle. I don't knock your hustle, but don't go into a hustle that you know is no good, and then all of a sudden the next day you looking for good to happen out of it. It's not. It's just a contract,
right?
You know. So what's up, Juan? Talk to us, baby.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
When I saw you drink your Heineken, I'm like, I forgot something.
You know what?
Run to the store and get my thing.
Ashley, I forgot to say, hey, this video is brought to you by Heineken. Your neighborhood beer choice. I forgot to even plug it. Thank you.
I just want to say hello to Ashley, right? Is that correct?
Who?
Andrea.
Yeah.
You called me Ashley. I was going, oh no.
Hey, thanks, Tammy.
It's good to meet you.
How
Finally.
you doing?
I've seen you in other videos, and I'm like, I love this woman's opinion. You remind me of someone I knew at work once. When she spoke, it was like gospel. Everybody had to hear it. It was that strong.
So Juan, so what you really saying is she remind you of some crazy aunt, don't she? Don't she? Let's keep it real.
Maybe.
You know that aunt that come over for Thanksgiving that you know gonna set it off?
Oh yeah. I can tell she's a sweet woman though.
I'm an aunt that says what everybody really wants to say.
Right.
But I got a good heart. But remember, people like me, when we become your friend, we become your friend to the end.
Wait, no, I got you.
That's so true.
And actually, Andrea, what you basically saying, once you get to a place in your life where you ain't really looking for anything, then you can speak the truth.
Right.
I'm happy.
I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm from the South. And you know how Southern people are.
I get you, but sometimes truth can get in the way of you accomplishing what you need to accomplish. Right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
What I'm saying is, like, I'm totally happy with myself. A lot of people say, hey, Perry, just say whatever. I feel like I can because I'm not looking for anything. Either you like what I say or you don't like, hey, and we move on, right?
Yeah.
And you keep it 100.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah. I was just going to say that these relationships we saw on 90 Day Fiance, they don't cut it. They remind me of those relationships I've seen. My family's from the DR. And there's a lot of those relationships there. You see the young girl with the older man. But most of it is because of economic reasons. They don't really do it because they want to or because they love the person. They have that need. So in order for them to do it in a way that's, I guess, quote unquote, better instead of going out there prostituting yourself. I don't know if that's gonna demonetize you. I didn't mean to mention that. But...
Oh no, you're probably okay. If not, hey, don't worry, I'll send you a bill in the mail.
Send me a Cash App request. I got you.
Hey man, you cost me 79 cents, buddy.
But you know what? You're right. God. But you know what? You're right. You're right. Some men just do it because they want other people to say he's got a young chick. He's with a young chick.
Right. Some of them is because right. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say some of them is because they want to help somebody else. So they want to have an excuse to be like, oh, I helped that girl out there. She was poor. Look at Big Ed. I think that was something that was on his mind. Like, I hope this girl get out of poverty.
Now, maybe I just misunderstood y'all. Y'all saying the guy just did it so he can say he helped somebody out?
No, I didn't say that he did. I didn't say that.
I'm telling you. No, I don't go with that fairy tale.
He did it because he want to get his freak on.
That's right. It's all about freaky time. It's about freaky time. And yeah, they want that dime piece with these young guys call them now. They want this sexy girl with them on their show like a trophy wife, right?
Yeah.
They couldn't find a wife in the States by themselves, but they can use their citizenship to go over here and exploit people.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Because she poor. She poor and didn't have nothing. She didn't have nothing.
Right.
The rat was living better than she was.
Yeah.
The rat.
He was.
But you know what? No, maybe Ed and that rat relationship would have worked out longer. What you think?
I was going for him and the father. After
I don't think the rat would have had him. I don't think the rat would have had him. It was just like Ed knew what he was doing with Rose. Because come on, you guys, Rose didn't have nothing. Rose came from a poor family. I mean, and Rose, she got with Ed because she was desperate. She didn't care how he looked. She was looking for, if I get with this man, I'm going to have an opportunity to do better.
Right. No. But that's what I was saying. Remember, I gave you things. I said most people looking for financial stability, emotional stability, sexual stability, mental or physical attraction. Ed thing was he needed sexual stability. She needed financial / green card ability. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
She was not physically attracted to him. They weren't compatible. They wasn't emotionally compatible. So she only had one thing off the list. That means their relationship will fail, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm starting to talk like Dr. Phil or something. I'm starting to feel myself.
If you start saying low self-esteem, then you acting just like Dr. Phil.
Oh, wow. Dr.
That's
Perry.
his favorite word for everybody.
Dr. Perry in the house. Talk about it.
I love this sound.
You can look at Lisa and tell that Rose. I'm sorry, you can tell that Rose wasn't attracted to Big Ed like that. Like she already knew.
Nah.
Excuse me. Well, P, you know what I'm saying? She already knew what he was by just looking at him. Like she when she first seen him, she just looked at him like, no, I'm not attracted to you kind of look. And she was like, you say you was taller than what you say you were. That's the first thing somebody about themselves and the inside, they're not suitable and fit with just being with somebody else. They're not even comfortable in their own skin. They can't go around somebody and tell the truth about themselves. They always got to tell a lie instead of keeping it real. Like if you can't keep it real from the jump, and to me, honestly, my opinion, you ain't even ready for a relationship, and you shouldn't be trying to be dating somebody 20 to 30 years younger than you. You need to go to your age or up 2, 3 years, 4, 5, 6 years. You know what I'm saying? That's a good bracket. If you're going out the limit like what Ed did with Rose, she's young and beautiful. It just she has some little minor issues or whatever, but at the same time, it's like she's too young to be with him, and she was looking at him like, "Oh, you kind of look like my dad, uglier than my dad type of look."
Y'all remember? You remember when she asked her?
Andrea, hold on 1 second. Hey, Juan, you got anything else? I got a backstage full of people. I'm gonna have
No, I
to.
was just gonna say that I'm happy to be on. I've been wanting to go on this for the longest, so it's
Hey,
good
thanks
to
for
speak
coming
to
on,
all
my
of
brother.
you.
Thanks for coming on,
Yeah,
one.
definitely.
Thanks for coming on.
But
And
before I go, I just want to say that completely right about everything. But I feel like it all depends on the person. I think that there's some relationships that do work, like the first older lady that came on. She spoke about the relationship she had with somebody over like a 30-year gap. It was beautiful. But a lot of these relationships on these shows, they're not like that at all. It's all about using somebody else.
exactly. No, you're right.
Yep.
You're right.
All right, guys. Thank
Hey,
you.
thanks, Juan. I appreciate it, my brother. You
No
take care.
problem.
All right.
You too.
Gio, you remember when he had sex with Rose?
Oh, okay.
And he asked Rose. He said, "How was it?" And she went, you know how she trickled up her face, make that face.
She looked disgusted. You ain't
Yeah.
She looked real disgusted. Like, I can't believe I just did that last night. And you actually saying it on the camera to me, like, quit playing with me right now. Don't even bring it. Don't do it to me like that.
She just said good, bad, ugly. She didn't say nothing but made a face.
Because she was disgusted with herself.
Yeah.
Disgusted with herself. Look.
But let me ask you this, Andrea. I'm gonna drop you in a minute and bring somebody else on. Let's stay in the backstage and bring it back up.
Okay.
When you seen Ed, didn't you have that same look?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a normal reaction. You know, if you step outside your house at midnight and get hit in the head with a hammer, you're gonna
I'm going at his house at midnight. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. What's Terry doing? Hey, Andrea, what is Terry doing outside of his house at midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning?
He's looking like everybody else. He creeping. Creeping.
Hey, Andrea, I'm gonna drop you for a second. I'll bring my boy. Okay. Look at here. Look who we got in the midnight hour.
I got it together.
Why y'all get quiet when D Brook come on?
Everybody get quiet. Why?
Oh, no. Like, hey, in the midnight hour, I go more.
Saying that theme song.
Oh, yeah.
I keep it 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. I keep it 7, 11, 2 o'clock in the morning like this. I live in the dark. I got the Romanian in my blood, so it's like.
Oh, Romanian.
Yeah.
You going to hold on? So you said you're going to 7-Eleven at 2 o'clock?
I live like that. I live in the darkness. You know what I mean?
2 o'clock. Oh my God.
A vampire.
Yeah. He's sitting there circling the fork. There you go.
I didn't curse. That's Lord have mercy. That's Lord have mercy.
I'm playing with you, man. I'm playing with you.
That's what I'm about.
Yeah.
Hey, so what's up? What's up, Cafe?
Well, we had our friend's house and we were asking them about your question, Terry. And as they were saying, as long as it's mutually beneficial, to where like even someone that's like 20 years old or dating someone that's 50 years old, you need money and you need, whatever you need financial wise, that person needs your lower half. So you guys are benefiting from one another.
Yeah, it's a contract.
Yeah. But then if you are, my friend also pointed out, if you're like 20 something and you're dating a 50 something year old man and you have means to work and get your own money, then it's kind of like a daddy issue or mommy issue. Why are you dating someone like
sugar daddy?
Well,
I mean, you know what? That's interesting. So you're saying basically the person don't want financial stuff from him. She just dating because she can't. Well, basically what she's saying is that she's only dating him because she can't find nobody else. So she's still looking for a free ride. You know what I'm saying? That's why she went to 50, my opinion. I'm just saying. Because if she was 20, financially set, he's 50, and she popped on the scene and had to go that far down.
Take on it already.
I'm telling you, something might be wrong with her.
You better bring it back to the table. Physicality. You better bring it back. That's what I live by.
Yeah.
Mutual benefit is true, but it can't be shallow and just physical stuff. No.
Exactly. So I'm saying, no matter what.
I don't care if you have a 12 pack. I don't care if you have a 12 pack. Mutual beneficial, You got to bring yourself to the table. I'm not with someone just because of their look.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor Dez.
Okay.
I'm done with
Hey, Dez. Hey, Dez and Cam. Normally, y'all sound is better, but maybe because wherever you at, I can hear you guys, but it's not coming through clear. I'm gonna drop you and bring somebody else up. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Hey, ain't this sponsored by Heineken?
Yeah, sponsored by Heineken. What's up, Jim? Hey, Jim. Hey, let me say this for y'all talk. Hey, thanks for the conversation. Because remember, I said I don't know what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow, and you said, "Hey, talk about this." Then I thought about it. I said, "Yep, that's what we'll talk about."
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Anything I can do to help.
Well,
it's not just me, the other girls too that I've been chatting with. So.
But I'll say this.
Jim. Hey, Jim.
You brought up the topic. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about it. Let's talk about
it. Yes, I'm like Andrea, because I'm 50 years old and I'm struggling to find a right guy to date with. I find a lot of younger guys are trying to, I don't know what the proper saying is nowadays, but a lot of guys are trying to hook up with me. They're like in their 20s and they think I'm much younger, but I'm not. I'm actually 50, and I want someone that I can have an intelligent conversation with and who's financially independent and hardworking. And so I know, I think I saw it in a movie somewhere where a lot of younger guys like to go after older women because they're hard up on sex. You know, they're desperate to have sex, and it's so untrue.
Well, yeah,
so
no.
I always, have that in the back of my mind, thinking that, oh, they only want to have sex with me, nothing more. So sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, Jim, before you was gonna finish, like it was like a 30-year-old women that do that. They kind of like, man, their sex drive is either there or it's not. But when they in their 40s and their 50s, they don't want that. Like I haven't ever had no woman that was older like that, but when I seen a lot of young dudes try to go for older women that age, they was like, women that just don't say nothing. They just don't pay them no mind. But when I see those women in relationships, like I done seen a younger guy in a relationship with a 50-year-old woman that was in his 20. He was 28. He was in a relationship with a 54-year-old woman, but she looked young. And she actually molded him to actually going to get a job. He got his 401k straight. He got his credit up. He didn't want to go out partying and nothing no more. I was like, man, what's wrong with this dude? Like, you don't even answer the phone no more. Like, he changed within a matter of 3 to 2 months. Like, he cut everybody off completely over this woman. So I think that's what she wanted, like what you're saying, but you have to find that sometime with somebody who got the time frame together.
Now I have to worry about Yahoo boys and everything, and I want to.
It's never easy, right? But I mean, this is just my thought. And when I found my first love and my wife and stuff, you find them when you don't look for them. Just go out and do gym. Just go out to sports bars, do the things you do. Guess what? When you least expect it, that's when that person gonna come up. And I think
that's why my Sunday afternoons are my Walmart thing now.
Walmart.
I don't have a 7-Eleven close by, so I have to work with what I have.
I tell you what, if you want to speed it up, you got to hit that 7-Eleven. I don't care if it's 2 hours away.
Leave it 12.
You in the right spot by going to Walmart. You hear me? I ain't gonna lie to you. And you might find a worker in there. It'd be some workers up in Walmart that'd be older. Some of them probably just got out of prison. Don't mind that. You gotta look past that.
Yeah, but they're wearing their PJs. I don't want that.
I mean, I'm talking about some of these men are older. I seen an older guy working at Dollar Tree. He was in his 40s.
Greeters.
He was ready for somebody, and I was in the back of my head. I'm like,
let me bring another lady up on this panel. We're gonna balance this thing out. Hold on.
He just got out. I could hook you up with him, Jim. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Hi, Andrea.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right. But
you feel comfortable.
But you know what? I agree with her. I'm gonna tell you something. I agree with her because when I was looking for a man my age, I couldn't find them because they was looking for the young ones. And I felt like for a long time I didn't date because I could not find no damn body my age. And everybody that was young was hitting me up, and they always use that line, age is just a number. Well, that's not true. Age is not just a number. It's not just a number.
No, it's not.
And so, just I take for example, like Hugh Hefner. Look at all those young girls that he had. After they got what they wanted from that booger, they got gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they got gone.
Exactly. I mean, he just got 5 new ones.
I just can't see myself dating someone because of money. Because I've been set up with guys who have money, and it's like it feels like I'm like pimping myself, I guess, or it's like a form of prostitution. I have more class than that. So
you want somebody on your level. You want somebody on your level.
And no offense, but there are guys who are around my age who look like they're 80 years old, and I can't even do that either. They're like 50 some, but they look like they're 80 or 90, and no offense. What did you do to yourself?
And Geo, an older woman, she do not lose her sex drive. Her sex drive goes all the way up to 85 to 90. An older woman.
Do you want 90, Geo?
No, look, unless the libido is low. Now, if a woman had a such thing as the libido being low, you know what that is, right? Like when the libido that means their sack drive, they just don't have a sack drive. I done encountered a lot of women like that too. They just want to be talked to. They want companionship. They don't care for sex. They're more intrigued with being with somebody and actually being in a relationship. They really don't care for sex. But I done been with some women who sack drive through the roof. They want it every 30 minutes, every 14 minutes. I'm like, man, can I get a break? You know what I'm saying? There's some older women out there though that do have a sex drive. Cause I done heard some conversations. I got my toys in there.
Yeah. Cause
but Gio,
my mama, my mama was still going strong.
Which of the toy do you want?
At 80, my mama was still going strong. My mama and my daddy, I walked in on them and caught them, and I almost died.
Hey, Gio, you seen those 2 rocking chairs?
Y'all, you know what I did? I ran out the front door, got in the car, and left.
You were scarred.
No matter what, a woman, we're always going to have something that we always want, an emotional connection.
Yeah.
Whether their sex drive's really high or not, deep down inside, that's what women are into, an emotional connection.
Yeah.
So some go up, some go down, or some stay, pretty leveled out. But there's always that emotional connection that we need. Mind stimulation. I look for that big time.
Mm-hmm.
And guys who are much younger than me in their 20s, I struggle to connect with them.
Right, because the only thing they're going to stimulate is that game controller on Xbox or PlayStation 3.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's all sex. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, we got that over with. So what more can you offer?
Now,
that's right.
Jim,
shut down.
Jim, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I said you got to be real careful. Like most people say, hey, I'm looking for this. But you know what? We all can love sex. It can be a great thing. But the next morning you wake up, you still got another 24 hours to go through. And you can look at this person. They have no other substance. It's nothing else. Right. They have some kind of compatibility somewhere.
Yeah. And they don't bring nothing else to the table. They'll bring nothing else to the table.
And then typically, like I said, if you dated somebody, if he's 20 and somebody's 50, even if y'all loved each other and did whatever, that person that's older have to pretty much eliminate 20 to 30 years of his life that he no longer really talk about with his spouse, because that person have no clue.
And they're going to want kids. If they're in their 20s, they're going to want a future. When you get married, they're going to want kids. Don't tell me you don't want kids. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. And I'm at an age where, you know, I don't want that anymore. I want something else, you know. So those are the things that I struggle with guys. You know, I'm thinking, wow, to be that young again, and it's like, wow, he's good looking. You know, he has his youth, his 8-packs or 12-packs, whatever it is nowadays. Is I don't bother, because like, what am I going to do? I'm just going to play with them, and then what?
Right.
Not happy emotionally. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah. You want somebody on your level.
Mm-hmm. Has to be on my level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree. I
totally agree. But Andrew, let me jump you 1 second. Let me bring up this one person. They've been waiting for a minute. I'll bring you back. What's up, Wanda? I think she disappeared.
Oh man. I just wanted to say hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on with you?
Not too much. I was married to my husband for my first husband, 37 years. And 37? He was my mom's age. He was 27 years older than me.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, right?
But
okay, go ahead. Now let's get to it then.
You're right. We had nothing to talk about. We made babies.
Right.
But we had nothing to talk about.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, because I'm saying, like, they can work, like, I mean, I can work at a job for 50 years that I don't like, but I can continue to work there. But I'm saying true happiness, right? If you really trying to find that right person, I wouldn't recommend that, because we can't even relate to what our kids talk about these days. So
you're right.
You dating somebody like that.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I stayed with him because I had kids by him, and I didn't want anybody else over my kids. But we were together 37 years till he died 2 years ago.
Yeah, sorry for that, but sorry. I think you're gonna be on your way.
Oh, right? I got my mate.
Okay,
I'm married again.
Here's Jerry.
Oh, no, look at him.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry, you know why they spell sex S-E-X?
No, not really.
Because it's too hard to spell.
I don't even know what I got in common with him.
Hey.
But yeah, we had a lot of problems. The age gap.
Yeah. No, I'm saying seriously though. I mean, you know, it sounds good for the older guys, because they just want this, and everybody's looking for their own perspective. Like, the older guy or woman is looking out for their needs. That younger person is looking out for what they need. They both get what they need, but it's not going to end up to a happy, long relationship. You know what I mean? Because after a while, once you feed me steak every day, which I wanted, now I'm going to want something else. And you can't provide that.
You're right.
You feel me?
What happened in the long run is he found me because I was a model. And seen me at 18, and I didn't know. I went to school with his kids and didn't even know it.
Okay, well, now let me ask you this. Okay, at the time when you met him, what made you look at him?
He was fine.
Okay, now did finance come into it? Was he's financially
stable?
Remember that? No.
I mean, he was financially stable. He had his own home. He worked every day. But I worked 2 jobs too when I was with him.
Right. Okay. I was gonna say, if you worked 2 jobs and he was stable with a house, I might look at it and say, I can quit my 2 jobs and go with him.
No, I didn't want that. I wanted to be independent. So.
No, I got you.
Yeah, but you're definitely right. The age gap is something else, because we didn't have anything to talk about.
No. I mean, I agree. I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not like on here just trying to be funny and say, oh, well, you can't date nobody older, this and that. Everybody deserves happiness in life. And regardless, now we can talk about the age gap. It works for some, but very few. Right. So we look at the odds, and if you ain't coming in for the right reasons, your odds decrease. Right. So that's all we talking about. It's like that. I mean, because It's
I
some
feel
couples.
you though.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
And I'm sponsoring this.
Oh my God, Wanda. Sponsor. Hey, Wanda, anything else you got to say? I'm gonna try to bring some more.
No, I'm good.
Hey, but thanks for popping in.
I love you guys. Talk to you later.
Beautiful. Story is beautiful.
Yeah.
That story was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. But she told the truth, in the long run, they didn't have anything in common. Nothing but just being married.
The opposites sometimes attract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Age ain't nothing but a number. A lot of people say that, but when you talk about mentality and what you're going to talk to, what Jen was talking about, I'm in the background like, the whole time. It's all about mentality. How can you connect with somebody on an emotional and intellectual level? And I'm usually funny. I'm getting serious now, but seriously, it's how can you bring a conversation up to par on third level, being 50 years old to a 20-year-old?
You can't.
Now you're stooping down, and that 20-year-old not even going to be close. They ain't experience. Life experience means so much more than the booty call like Ed was trying to do. I can't believe you mentioned that man's name. Pedophile. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word, but
I had to mention his name.
I'm gonna be real. That's most of my stuttering thing on here is because I curse a lot. I'm trying to find the right word so I don't get y'all.
Find that right word.
Just say nasty. Say nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Just say nasty.
Nasty. Just
I'm looking to learn off somebody because of life experience. And how am I supposed to do that with someone who's much younger than me when I've already experienced quite a bit at my age?
Right. You're
I
right.
want to be learning, like bouncing back and forth with learning from each other, and it's just, there's no balance in that case.
You know what? Now, I agree with you, but I think maybe it's a whole bunch of men out there. You got to go to the right spot. And when I say the right spot, it's not no nightclub. It's other things you can do to find people in that age bracket, just to mingle, just to hang out, do, I don't care, golfing, boat ride.
Go to the park. I'm telling my sister, go to the park. If you live in the city or in the suburbs, go to the local park and walk around. Did you hear me?
Hey, Jim, you hit mute, I think. I think hers mute. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Go to the park, the local park. You're going to find many men walking around with their dogs.
Or really, though, I mean, I'm not sure if you like jazz or anything like that. But no. And the reason why I say that, because most younger people don't listen to jazz. So automatically you put yourself in this certain age bracket by going to a 10. I mean, just have a bite to eat, just mingle, hi. Eventually, maybe. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I'm actually, like, right now, I was in a few long-term relationships, so I'm enjoying my
freedom.
Yeah, exactly, my freedom. So, and I'm not looking for anything unless it comes my way. It's exactly what Perry said. If you're not looking, it's usually when you find something, and that's the way I like to carry my life. So, I'm fine right now. I'm too busy to be thinking about anybody right now, unless, like what Perry said,
Yeah,
I'm fine. But it's the age gap, exactly what Dee Brooklyn said, and Andrea. I agree. If with Rose and Ed, I thought Rose carried herself much more maturely than Big Ed ever did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was so childish, and she had to kind of put him in his place.
Hold on.
And sometimes you have to do that.
Give me 1 second. Hey, I want to take this time out and thank everybody for the super chats because I think I could have missed a few, but if I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. I really appreciate it, but I just got caught up into this conversation, but I truly do appreciate it. Thank you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Jim, go ahead.
Oh no, it's just saying that Rose was I found her to be more mature than Ed. I mean, obviously he was there to promote his product, whatever that may be, and to for fame and fortune. I mean, that's what he was craving for, and that's what he seems to be establishing now, and nothing more. Rose was just a game to him. You know, like a little toy that he wanted to play with to get into 90 days. So.
But you know what? You know who suffered the most? His daughter. I felt for his daughter. You know, he sacrificing whatever he's talking about the tell-all. Try not to curse.
Yeah.
Hey, D. Brooks, say what you're gonna say. If you got any last thing, I got like 10 minutes. I got a lot of people trying to drop.
I got you. What I'm saying is Ed said you going to tell all again. He's willing to do his daughter dirty like that. It's like he playing games. He acting 20 years old. She was acting 30. You know, it's all about mentality, you know, and maturity. And he's a man child in a certain sense. Does he have a job? Yeah, I'm not calling him a man child like he's or whatever. But mentality, he's a kid. On that note, I'll see you on the flip side.
I catch you. Yeah, you said that right, buddy. Blockbuster.
I actually gotta go. Somebody's crying.
Okay, Jim. Hey, okay, and you take care.
Right. Okay, I'll still be around.
Okay, babe. But Perry, I want to bring up something. But what about Jenny and Submit? Submit mama is older than Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
What about Jenny and Submit? Now, Jenny is pretty old now. She's about in her 60-something. But you see, Jenny is with Submit, and Submit is with Jenny, but Submit ain't got no job. What it means that Jenny is taking care of Submit.
Right. And what I was saying, this whole conversation, if you ain't got those things in common, that relationship ain't gonna work out neither. So she might well go ahead and recoup her 401k, Social Security, and pack her bags and come back to the state.
You're right. You're right.
That's my advice.
You're right. Taking care of babies.
So you got to call in here. Let's see what she got to say, and then I'm gonna put my input in.
Leah.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Talk to us.
Okay, fantastic. So glad to be here with both of you. I just have a point to make really quickly. The first one is the person that I can't think of, Dr. Kirk, I believe is his name, that does the psychology in Seattle, who walks. He actually said that there are no psychological or either marital relationship studies that show age is a factor when it comes to determining the quality of a relationship. And I think that's true.
Okay, hold on. So he said that he don't think it matters.
He said it's not it has not been studied. Well, it has been studied, and the studies show that it's not a factor when it comes to the quality of relationship.
Well, no, I imagine he could be right, but look, I think this. If you can find somebody emotionally with life experiences at 25 that's equal to somebody that's 40, maybe. Because some people advance, but some people don't mature until much later. So, I mean, I think that's where the problem goes in. Like, we can't say the age for sure, but look at it. How many situations do you know in your life that you've seen a couple that's 30 years apart? How does those relationships work out? And I don't need no doctor to tell me. Well, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing for me. Now, my best relationship I ever had in my life, I'm 40. He was 19. He is 19 years older than me.
And, 19. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so almost, right at that nice people delineation between maybe 20 and 40, whatever. At the time that, if you're talking about 20 and 40, yes, I can see maybe a difference in peer groups. I think when people become more so peers, like when you have a 60-year-old and an 80-year-old,
right?
peer group gets closer together, the relationship may work better. And I also think that when you say you don't have anything to talk about with the person, you know, you look at relationships you have with other people that aren't romantic, like your coworkers, your neighbor, your people at your church or place of worship, who you can converse with all day long and their age doesn't matter. You know, I can talk to my 15-year-old nieces about anything. I had a conversation with a 6-year-old, you know, for about 20 minutes. So I think it just depends on whether or not you have the same interests and the same things in common to talk about, rather than the age having to do with the level of conversation you have.
No, that's true. Hey, thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome. It's Lisa. I love you anyway.
Okay. Hey, well, thanks for calling. We're going to drop you and bring some more calls. We got maybe 5 more minutes to wrap this thing up.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you take care.
I was basically about to say before anybody else put in the input, age does have a lot to do with it. It's you looking at somebody who grew up in the 60s or the 50 area, so they morals of living is different than these kids nowadays in my age bracket and grew up in the 80s and the 90s and the 20th century. We move too fast. We ain't even got a time to slow down. We still got water in our ears. You see what I'm saying? So us trying to date somebody in that different age bracket, I think really people are looking for somebody with financial stability. You see what I'm saying? They looking for them with either had a house, they either well off, like a lot of these. I'm not trying to segregate it by saying woman or man, but a lot of women date a lot of older guys because these younger dudes that's in their age bracket don't got nothing to bring to the table. So they feel like they can go to an older man, and it might be dad issues that they have. You see, when you see somebody dating somebody older, it's either that man having mama issues or the woman having daddy issues. It's just straight down the line like that. It ain't no cause we in love. And to me, honestly, in my opinion, in my opinion, I only see it one way and one way only. Y'all had issues as a child. You see what I'm saying? Your daddy went there, your mama went there. So you trying to find somebody who can nurture you to put you in the right perspective of living your life.
No, I got you. Hey, thank you, Mary. What's up, SK? Talk to us.
Hey guys. Hey Andrea. In some ways, Gio, I agree with you. In some ways, I don't. Personally, for myself, I'm not like, I don't have an issue dating an older man, and it's not to do with daddy issues for myself or what you were saying. For myself personally, I feel like it's more to do with the fact of how I was raised. I was raised around a lot of older people. I was raised around an older generation. I found, what's the word I'm looking for? I found, you know, my elders really knowledgeable and grasping that knowledge and enjoying that knowledge. I don't necessarily feel like a lot of the guys my age have, similar to Jem, I feel in certain respects similar to Jem, and I'm 36. So I feel like a lot of the guys my age are at the stage where they're grinding hard, and they don't, some of them, they think they have the time for the relationship that the relationship would take. But where I see where they're at in terms of their growth and where they've got to go to, it ends up being a situation of, you know, you could potentially get played if you walk into it. So I feel like when it comes to Ed and what's her name? Ed and Rose. Within those cultures, it's transactional. That's the culture. You date an older man for stability. Even look at David and Annie, considering where they started and where they are now. Right. A lot of like Asian culture and their culture, it's about falling in love over time, growing together over time. So, but I feel like it's difficult for women and men because of the different stages we are in our lives and what's going on personally in our lives. But for me, I see a different part of the fact that, say for instance, you've got 1 million men, just put that as just one figure, not the correct figure, but just for this example.
Uh-huh.
A quarter of those men are probably maybe gay, bisexual, transsexual, you know what I mean? They have other preferences. Then you've got another set of men that are what's the other because I had my train of thought, but this cocktail tastes good. Somebody else want to jump in because I feel like I'm taking over. Andrea, Geo, Perry.
Hey, Andrea, anything else? I got like maybe 5 more minutes, and I got 2 more people. Andrea, is there anything else you got to say? Or are you good?
I'm good. I already said what I had to say. But you know, it is what it is, and you know, think what you want in life before you make a move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Andrea, and we'll see you soon.
All righty.
Okay. Take care, dear.
Yeah.
What's up, Avalavi?
Hello.
Hey, what's up? I see you in. I know you came in late. We got a couple more minutes to wrap this up. About 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm pretty quick. It's just simple. I think the whole age thing, it is what it is. I do not encourage women to date younger men because that is Swelu and Kanlani thing is what happens a lot of the time. I don't encourage, I mean, we have to be honest. If you're a woman and you want kids and you want to get married and you want the picture perfect life, you're going to have to date somebody a little bit older. And you know, you might have to give up some of your power. But it's just one of those life things. What is more important, a comfortable life or going through life at the same time with somebody?
Well, I feel you. I mean, in life, we can all have these choices.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, I can't say I got to pick, well, if I really want to eat tomorrow, or do I really want to find true love? I get it. I mean, a person have to do what they have to do during that course. But I mean, most relationships, if you go in for the wrong reasons, aren't going to work.
True.
Right?
But you can have both. Like, the one thing I hate about this show is, like, they say, like, I have no problem with somebody being a gold digger. There's nothing wrong with wanting to economically finance your life for the better. The issue is going into a relationship and not understanding that there has to be growth. There are a lot of people who go into relationships for money, but they grow into loving the person. How much of a person can you really know before you marry them?
Well, I tell you what, if you do it the right way, you'll know more than what you know if you just went in for the money. Because you will find out in a couple of years that once you go in for the money that you don't even care about this person. So, I mean, I get it. I mean, look, I'm no saying, I guess people have to do what they have to do. We're just saying that really, if you're looking for true love, I mean, some people can go through their whole life never finding love. So you can go for the wrong reason. Sometimes life forces you to do certain things. But
it's more survival. It's like if it's either marry somebody you don't love and get something as common as a luxury as we call indoor plumbing, or live in, you know, awful conditions. You want better for your children. You want better to upwarding mobile.
I get it.
Can I say something?
I'm like, what I'm saying is this, right? I get what you're saying. You saying that, hey, just to upgrade here and there because that's what you need. But what I'm saying is, once you go there, don't expect to have true love neither. Because some people go to true love and that's all they need, with no running water. Do you feel me?
Yeah.
Love do something to you, right? Now, love might make you go into a relationship with no running water, but it inspire you to work yourself up to where you got running water. You feel me? If you go into a bad relationship just for money, that person knows they got you just for that, and they have no other reason to give you anything else.
True.
You feel me? And she got cable, she good. She got lights, she good. But she better be home in time for midnight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's all that person's looking for. But true love is going to be there for you. I mean, money is not everything.
It's not.
But I know. I mean, everybody's going to have difference of opinions and stuff. I'm just saying, I hear what you're saying, but for me, be real careful, people. When you find a soulmate. But we got like 5 minutes. Abelard, you got anything else to say?
No, that's it. I don't feel like fighting today.
No, well, I'm gonna fight you on Friday. Okay, you take care.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Harry, I have a question. Do you think, in terms of like what they say about midlife crises when it comes to guys, do you think that plays a big role in it?
Well, yeah, you know what though? This is what I think about midlife crisis, right? It's a certain time we could be sitting in our house and feel like, oh man, I sure would like to have a Whopper with cheese. It's just something that we want, right? The midlife crisis, I mean, basically, you go through midlife crisis your whole life. You just don't look at it that until you get 50, and then you call it midlife crisis.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, what do you think, Gio?
My honest opinion on this conversation is people they want cake, and they really ain't ready for that cake. You see, like a lot of women mature faster than men. And they, I want this, I want that. It's not what you want, it's what you need. Sometimes you have to go through life and actually go through the hardship of being with somebody your equal. Maybe they might not be your equal, but they might be your same age bracket. You have to go through that to understand why you don't want to be with that person, maybe. Or maybe you might find somebody else that's the same age that don't even, you can find somebody who has all the things in the world that can give you rocks and diamonds and everything. That don't mean necessarily they're going to treat you right. That don't mean you looking in it for the money and the stability and the financially stuff. That's what I'm saying about a lot of these women and these men wanting to date older people because they have it all. They got their stuff together. No, you need to sometimes go through hardship. God is going to throw you things in life that you can't deal with. So you have to first can't deal with the things that you don't want. And then maybe you can find true love by dealing with somebody you didn't even know that you was going to be able to deal with. The love is what you need, to be honest with you, to live a long lifetime. That's the best key of actually being in a relationship. Not certainly the age, because the age, to me, honestly, the age does matter. What I look like bringing somebody to my mama and she the same age as my mom, older than my mom. Now my mom gonna look at me like, son, what is wrong with you? Like, you can't find a woman your age or at least 10 years older or younger than you. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, in my opinion, she's on her deathbed. You see what I'm saying? When I'm 40, she on her, and then people gonna be looking at me like, man, you just with this woman because you want some money or something. It might just be that way. But it's not even true love. Like if I don't feel love, then why am I dealing with it? Why am I pushing myself to deal with these extra problems and give myself extra issues? You have to find somebody really that is equal to you. Not saying like on your same bracket, like money bracket or nothing. That stuff don't even matter at the end of the day. What matters is love. Like the same equal, because I just seen it happen. People going to it be one person on the same equilibrium as the other person that got their money together. This person got a house. They don't work out all the time. They always do stuff, and then next thing you know, they arguing about something so petty, and the relationship is through. Because they both on the same.
Because both of them was looking at, I got to find somebody that makes just as much money as I am. They didn't look at love whatsoever. I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna find somebody who can bring more to the table. Love is bigger than that. But most people, just in life, I mean, we all been there, but it takes a learning. That's why I said maturity. Then you'll find out what love really about as you get older and you start going through life. It's not about the dollar bill.
It's not.
And if you're doing it just to have cable and electricity, that's fine. That's a hustle. That's not love. And the hustles get old after a while, and you wish you had love, and then you're gonna find yourself in a very bad spot.
That's like what Jem was saying before about like if you don't look for somebody and that's when it happens. Yeah. At the same time, if you don't have the appetizers, you're not going to be ready for the main course. You still want to be dating around and seeing, but when you're desperate and you're like, I need this, this, and that, it's not coming from the right place. And I mean, I understand what Gio was saying too, but when I was young, my main ambition was to anger my parents or my father. And now in my 40s, it's more like I'm looking for my father. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm with someone who's 12 years older. And when I was younger, I even married a younger man at one point. It was always about infatuation and excitement and all that. And then this person I met through more of a business connection, and he just became a friend. And over time, I'm falling in love with this guy. Blew me away. I'd never had anything like that before happen. It was reverse, you know, and now 5 years later, it's still going well. So
that's not happened. You wasn't looking for it.
Yeah.
You cannot force love. You can't buy love, but you can earn love by just going out, just talking to people. It'll happen.
Yeah, but you have to put yourself out there. You can't stay at home and wait and expect something to happen. You have to put yourself out there to a degree. And if you're happier, you're going to attract something. So, you know, make sure you keep social. And one of the number one things about my situation now is we make each other laugh. But you look at couples that, like, I don't know if you talked about it because I came in late. I apologize. But David and Annie, I mean, their age difference is huge, but they are playful and they laugh with each other. And then also the other thing they have in common is they mutually respect each other and they even adore each other. And like they might not be from the same country or the same age bracket or the same life experiences, but those things make it work.
Yes.
When you see them on Pillow Talk, it's like they worked out and they're this happy and like they just play off each other. They're great. Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, you don't have to be from the same place. People are people all over the world. I mean, my luxury is when I was in the military, I traveled all over the world.
Yeah.
And a good experience where you realize people are people.
Did you bring anyone home from anywhere around the world? No 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day wasn't known at the time. No, but I mean,
did Terry have a girl in every port?
Girl in every port.
No. See, I'm gonna have to go ahead and drop y'all down. See, you see, Gio, they ain't right, bro.
You gotta keep it.
Look, why can't women actually don't even put yourself out there? Just wait till somebody who actually find you. You know what I'm saying? Wait till somebody find you. I don't even care if the man ain't got a penny to rub. But if he actually loved you and care for you,
that's all that matters.
Maybe you need to go for that. Maybe if it's a light bulb that ding in your head, yeah, that's what you need to go for, because he probably gonna actually build something in 2 to 3 years from now. And if you miss, like you was telling me, Perry, the other day, it's opportunities that come in your life. If you choose to miss out on it because you want this and that, then you chose to miss your opportunity, and it'll walk right out the door. And that opportunity might not even come back for another 10 or 20 years.
The one problem I had with that, though, is when I was with men who weren't established yet and younger, I felt like I put a lot of time and effort into them and encouraged them and helped bring them along. And then when they got their life together and they got on their feet, they better dealed me. You know? It's like,
I got you. But in life, is no guarantee, right?
Yeah, sure.
Nothing. Not even a job. Our daily job.
It's like since you could find a homeless man, right? I ain't saying that's good. But he might have all the opportunity to love you, and what if he become a millionaire in a couple months?
But
you see what I'm saying? You never know.
90 Day, trust me, somewhere while you was grooming them and doing all this stuff for them, it was signs there. You just looked over it.
Yeah, sure. Because I'm a helper. I want to help. I want to fix somebody. That's why I'm an older man now who's more mature and has more life experience. We have nothing that much in common. I'm from the city. He's from the country. But like, I don't know. It just works. But sometimes it just works and sometimes it doesn't. It's like that Married at First Sight. You can put all the things together that look good on paper, but you cannot create chemistry.
Exactly.
That mutual thing. Yeah.
Right. I mean, no, I agree with you. Okay, well, I got 2 more people. We're gonna bring 2 more people in. So, hey, thanks, 90 Day. You good? Anything else?
Yeah.
Y'all don't get it messed up, but I'm saying go date a man that don't got no money. I'm saying date somebody that doesn't have it all together, but he trying. Date somebody who trying on themselves and actually being a man, and he finds you attractive, more than just attractive. He finds little things that you didn't even think a man could find in you. Quality to yourself. Like he sees you as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Date somebody like that. Don't date nobody who don't want nothing in life or just have it all together, and they probably want to use you, and then next thing you know, you sitting up there like, why am I in this relationship? You lonely in the house, probably got the fat ring on your hand, but ain't got no love connection. Exactly. Don't be like that.
I mean, I'm different. Like in terms of like, I've seen over the last how many years in the UK, a certain amount of influence come over from the USA, understandably. Over here, it used to be a case of you dated one person at a time. Since Tinder and all the rest of the stuff is coming, I've seen everything completely change. But I'm still of the opinion of date one person at a time. And for myself in general, it's like right now I'm not dating because my focus is on what my focus needs to be, my daughter and what I'm doing. Because I think there's a lot of times us as women turn around to men and say, what's he bringing to the table? But we also have to look at ourselves as women and say, what are we bringing to the table? What do we need to improve on? What is it we need to build up our skill sets to make sure that you can be the best person in that relationship too? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you.
Here you go.
Between me and you, I don't think you'll be able to.
Hey, man. Hey.
Hey, a little bit. It looks like y'all still partying or something.
Do I sound better now?
No.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, it's still like an echo in the back, but you still okay. Go ahead.
Oh,
What's up?
sorry. I'm at my friend's mansion. You know, our regular normal stuff.
But go ahead. We about ready to close out though.
Listen, again, you guys have some amazing topics. For me personally, I feel like everyone, everyone has a different walk of life. You meet and you learn people as you go. But me personally, I could never date anyone that's much more older than 5 years my age. Outside of that, you've been more experienced, you know more than me. I feel like I'm your kid. You're gonna son me at any point in time. So I can't be bothered with that. You're gonna tell me that I'm not pronunciating a word correctly. No. You're gonna tell me that just no. I need you to grow with me, not you grown and then you're trying to train me.
Oh no, I feel you. Now you're right about that, and that's a lot of that's a problem. A lot of problems they have. I mean, the person don't intentionally plan on doing it, but they feel like, what would you know? I've been there. You wasn't even there. You feel me?
I don't want that. And I don't like that.
You don't want that.
No. Let me make my own mistake.
Cascade, anything else? I got one more caller. Are you good? Is there anything else, Cascade, you got to say? Hey. Sorry. You got anything else? I got one more caller, then we trying to wrap this puppy up. Is there anything else, Cascade?
Oh, it was just to say, sorry, there's a bit of a. It was just to say, because of the fact that it started this way in terms of the whole where we're at in terms of dating right now and marriage, and the fact that that culture has already started, there's always right now going to be an imbalance because you've got a set of women like Jem, like Angela, that are still searching for the right person. You get what I'm saying? And there's women in our age group that are trying to sort themselves out. So because in the past with the dating, men dating younger women, the imbalance has already been there. So to level it out with everything that's going on right now, with people's preferences, ethnicity, culture, sexuality, and maturity, in order for that to happen, it would take a number of, because there's people forget statistically, sexually, there's been splits in the genders of when women have been born, when men have been born in certain countries, like the one child rule. So because of that, and things like that have continued, the system's going to be sorry, I'm tired now. This I got to put down this rope.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, see, look, am I the only person that's sober talking right now?
Yeah, you're probably the only one. Cascade, we got one more person, and we'll see you on Friday night for the block party.
Yeah, I'm going to go, guys. Take care. Nice to meet you all.
All right, take care.
Bye.
All right, this is the last call.
Oh my God, I can't believe I finally got on. Lev from Oakland, California. Can you guys hear me?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
So look, I'm at Lake Merritt in Oakland, and we're like having barbecues. We're the land of the first Karen. Anyways,
there you go.
So Perry, Geo, I love you guys completely. First of all, I gotta say, I live in Oakland, and my baby's father was 9 years younger than me, lied to me until I delivered, And honestly, we have a lot, like we don't connect with, like as far as certain stuff. Like he does play a lot of video games. Dreads have to be done every 2 weeks, type of shit. And excuse me. And our music different. But all in all, the 9-year difference, I agree. We have differences. You feel me? But I think that women get with older men mainly for the money. 90% of 90 Day Fiance, I believe those women are looking for a better life.
Exactly. Yeah. It's financial. It's financial or green card.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 And I gotta send a shout out to Isla Bonita. She's from Oakland. Love you to death. You guys, I love you to death. I couldn't figure this shit out, but now I know, so I'll be calling him more.
Okay. All right, then. You take care.
And Geo, be cool with the Marshawn Lynch shit. That's my boy.
Hold on. My favorite team is Raiders.
You know what? He was just out here last weekend, and let me tell you, he does so much for the fucking community. We love Marshawn out here.
You gotta watch the language on the show.
Sorry. My bad. But yeah, he does so much for our community. Much love, man. Marshawn is the best.
Shout out to you.
Hey, Mr. Amanda, thanks for calling. We're gonna wrap it up. Okay, thanks for calling.
Thank you guys. Much love. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.
Man, they just get full of it, huh?
Yeah. All right, man, let's wrap this thing up. Hey, Geos, y'all got something to say before we close this thing up?
Man, again, thank you for having us on. The topics are amazing in real life situations where it's like you meet someone, then you have this conversation about age and where you are in life.
Nice.
Where you are in life. It does come a real situation where it's like, well, do you continue on with that person, or do you then think about, well, what does the future hold, or are you just having fun for right now?
Right. No, you're right. It's decisions we all get to make on a daily basis in our life. So, and hopefully this can help somebody. Maybe it won't. I mean, look, in life, you can't.
Why you feeling that, Perry? Maybe you're wrong. So negative.
Hey, but you guys take care, and we see y'all probably Friday night when we go on Sherelle's block party.
All right, if Andrea's watching, hey Andrea, I love Andrea.
Okay, take care. All right, bye. Hey, Geo, it's a wrap, baby. We already do it.
Yeah, I just want to say this, man. Don't be like B. Simone. No offense, man. Don't be out there. I can't date a man who got to clock in. Date the man who go clock in and work, because we the ones who moving the world around. We the ones paying for everything to be revolved around. The man who go work, the women who go work. Date people who like to work. That's somebody who can actually, you can build and fall in love with. That shows you that they gonna get up off their butt without an alarm clock and go out and get it. You don't have to push them to do nothing. They somebody who engine already running. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that, man. Now, if it don't help them, I don't know how I'm gonna help them. I don't even care. Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, can you finish it up with our theme song?
Oh yeah, no, I ain't. Man, look, I ain't here for that.
I got you. All right, my brother. Hey,
I'm gonna sing it one time for the one to Mr. Plumber, man, they call me Mr. Plumber. Just cause you say it, and it's written by D. Brooklyn. Shout out to D. Brooklyn.
All right. Hey, homeboy, I'll call you in about 10 minutes.
All right, for sure. Yep, peace.
All right. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining our show. We'll be back on Sherelle's show on Friday for 90 Day Fiance Block Party. Thanks for coming, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you.